Hi everyone.
Hello, everybody. Hi. So, welcome to this free Zoom. I'm just going to change the view here to speaker so that when you speak and you can ask questions, feel free to ask the questions and you come up on the screen.
Yeah, and if you want to ask a question and you don't speak English, it's okay. You just press microphone here. I will translate. So I am trying not to translate everything that Andrea is telling because we have a translator who is translating the Zoom for you.
Yes, correctly. So follow the link in the chat to the translation Zoom, and there is the password right underneath it.
Okay, let's start. What is the topic?
The topic is, God, I have to look at the... The topic is, what future are you creating with the choices you are making?
Yeah, and what future are you creating with the choice of being here with us? Thank you guys for joining.
Exactly. Thank you so much for joining. And this topic is something that Yulya and I have been exploring since basically the beginning of our relationship.
Yeah, we started before. But
We started before, but when he started actually dating, then he started really like being in this question all the fucking time.
Yeah, it's a big topic now.
It's a big topic.
And practice.
Yes, it's a constant practice. And if you catch yourself, as I do quite often, Yulya never does that because she's perfect. Don't tell her that. But I make some interesting choices sometimes. And for those of you that were on the call last week, it was about being OCD or OCCC. And I'm definitely both. And today, even I created a lot of crap. And
also a lot of magic.
And a lot of magic when I actually started realizing and asking the question, first of all, what's right about this? Thanks, Yulya, for the reminder.
We are like having each other backs, reminding of
Completely.
the tools. I think having relationship worth it if there is another one who can remind you about tools. Otherwise.
Totally.
No point.
And also in a relationship, I have to say that, sometimes it's not always that the other one is available there to have your back. Sometimes we have our own shit going while the other one having his shit going or our shit going. And we just go like, oh God, and get irritated and whatever. Relax. Just relax. It's all good. It's all good. Because if you really have each other's back, very quickly, one of the two goes to the other one and goes like, hey, okay, so what's going on? Truth, what's going on? Let's start asking some questions.
So what are your favorite questions?
My favorite question, well, my new favorite question is actually, what future am I creating with this choice that I'm making? And it's a biggie. It's actually a biggie because it's something that I discovered when talking to Yulya about a certain topic. I'm not going to go there. And I asked Yulya that question. And as I said it, with these new clearings and whatever, it's like a download. It's not like you think about it for a week and then you write it down, then you analyze. It's just a fucking immediate, instant download. And as it came out of my mouth, I realized how I was actually telling myself that. Of like, okay, so what future am I creating right now? Even by asking this question. And just that opens up such a space. And today I had an interesting day. I'm not going to go into details because I'm going to bore you to death otherwise. But I created a lot of shit, one after the other. And then I was talking to this insurance company that was trying to put me in the spot and whatever. And and I knew that they were trying to corner me somehow. And then I became very conscious of this, and I kept repeating in my head, and actually not even in my head because it was faster than that. It was like, what future am I creating with the next word that I'm saying?
And it was actually amazing because I jumped in the car while you were being on the phone after like 1.5 hours of talking to them. And I was thinking, okay, how is he now there? And I hear you, super kind, super polite, super like grateful if somebody's helping on the other end of the line. I'm like, wow, that's actually being present with what you are creating, because how many of us start to fight for something that we decided we need or required. I saw so many of these in my life. I created and chose a lot of stuff like this in my life, and I'm just starting to relax even when I'm asking for something. Wow, that's a big, huge new thing. But how many of you decided and presumed that you have to fight to get something?
Yes. And having said that, I'm so fucking grateful for this relationship, this creationship, because we really lift each other up in these moments, and we can see each other and how we're using this reality to our advantage. And it's not that we have to be kind and sweet and whatever. You know, half an hour before I was, you know, sweet and kind. 45 minutes before that, I was being a total fucking dickhead because it was required. And I was always asking the question, what future am I creating here with the next word that I'm saying to these people? What do they want to hear? What's going to create greater here? And that's where it's great to have somebody that can remind you those things, even without being right there present saying those words.
Yeah.
Because when I'm in those situations, I perceive Yulya's energy. I perceive what she would be saying. I perceive the energy that she would be, and I'm being that energy myself for me.
That's what I wanted to add. It always starts from you.
Yes.
The moment you choose to be this for yourself, like really, what question can I ask? Really, what energy can I be now? Then it's easier for you to receive this kind of support or like presence from somebody. And it doesn't have to be your like boyfriend or husband. Leave them alone.
Yes.
If they don't choose it, it's okay.
Yeah.
But you have friends, you have people from, I don't know, classes that you took.
You have us.
You have us. So you can write anytime to these people or to us and just say, hey guys, I'm going through something. Ask me a question.
Yeah.
Easy like that.
Unless you tell us to ask you a question, we will not ask you any questions. We will not facilitate you. You have to ask for it.
Yeah.
If you're just asking for contributions, we will gladly send you contributions. Okay? So there's no excuse that you have nobody there. You can't say, oh, but I'm not Andrea, I don't have Yulya there. I'm not Yulya, I don't have Andrea there. Thank God for that.
Yeah, guys.
I'm the lucky one here. You know, just saying.
Yeah, and yeah, even if you are like the only one who knows about these tools in your city or even in your country, whatever, you have internet, right? And you really can be this for you. If you have just a book, some book of access you have on your table, I don't know, Being You, Changing the World or something, just pick a page if you go through stuff.
And don't try and look for the right page. I can hear you calculating now. Which page did I choose? No, close your eyes, open the book, whichever page it falls on, point your finger, read that chapter. And read that chapter. And especially if you go like, but this doesn't apply. Yes, it does.
Okay, now we are like teachers, you know, use the tools.
Use the tools. Use the tools.
Don't use the tools. Forget about them.
No, forget the tools. Don't use them. They never work anyway. So why should we?
Choose problems and shit until it's fun for you.
I mean, problems and shit are great, aren't they?
It's fun.
We enjoy them a lot. We create a lot of them. We create them with money, with relationships, with insurance companies, hospitals. I love hospitals lately. I'm actually quite bored with those. So,
finally.
Yeah, one last visit, and then I get the fuck out of there.
Okay, remember this, guys. He told us, okay?
Yes.
Yeah, and how many of us actually including the future in our choices? Chocolate, yeah. You are chocolate.
What?
So how many of us including choices, future in our choices? Today I had a beautiful conversation with my friend Daria Burova about a topic which like it's not used to talk with your friends about this, but it was a talk about death. And during this conversation, we went into this really looking into future, because how many of us live our life really like rushing to live this life to finish everything while we're here, because nobody can do it if we won't do it, and trying to control everything only while we are here. But what if every choice that we make, every step that I take,
every move you make. That's so creepy.
Well, actually, it's
about a stalker.
It's about okay. So, what if really our creations and our choices don't die after we leave this body? Wow.
Exactly. What if a choice that you make so insignificant, just because it's not in your lifetime, with the ripple effect that we all know of being the drop in the ocean, which we all are, we're actually changing the future way beyond our sweet, sweet bodies are here.
Yeah, and what if, like asking at the beginning of your day, what requires my attention? What would I like to create today? You would include future into this. Okay, what will it create for 50 years, 100 years? And like, what's the deadline you put on your choices and on the, like, what ripple effect it will have? What is the deadline for this? All the presumptive realities.
Can we please destroy and create them all?
Right and wrong, good and bad, and vocal natures, boys, forwards, and
Boom.
beyond. Like what we decided this Zoom will create, for how long? What if, I don't know, in 50 years, somebody will find the recording of the Zoom, they will listen to it and like, oh, wow, and choose something different.
And what, because of this Zoom, you make a choice that you make so insignificant that changes somebody's life that you're not even aware of, that changes somebody else's life, and so it only goes.
Wow. We're done.
We're done. Thank you, guys. Lovely to see you.
Yeah, maybe you want to share something and to ask something, or
Yes.
you have something in your reality now. Yeah, Neila.
Yes.
Hey, hello. Hey, can I ask a question? I have a list with questions like usual. So, I want to speak with you about creation and illusion of creation. You know that I just recently come back from paradise. I created paradise in my life, and I really didn't want to come back. And I find myself in this, wow, I come back to Russia, and again, I don't want to do it. And I was in this illusion, like my life is so funny, cool, blah, 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 blah. And when I come back, like after vacation, after holidays, after like really paradise, I don't want to come back. And I know this question, do not never come back somewhere, go to the new point. But 3 days, I find myself really in depression. And I also thought, okay, I need to create again, because I have some plans, I want to buy something and blah, blah, blah. So I find myself in this like need of creation, not creation from fun, and really maybe I was in illusion that I create so like luxury and wonderful life. And now after 1 month, 1 week after vacation, I'm again like, oh, everything cool, blah, 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 I'm creating. And maybe it is again illusion. So what's the difference? Really creation and illusion of creation.
What is it for you?
I thought that maybe I have so many lies in my mind.
Whose are those lies? And what are those lies? And are they lies?
Yet it's like also I saw some circle because for last 3 months I came back to St. Petersburg several times from vacations from sunny countries, and everybody I didn't want to come back. And again, like I started to create wonderful life, and again it's like going more cool, and again I am just fall down. So what is this like disappointing energy about your creation?
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
What distractions are you creating with illusions of distractions of the lies of creation rather than creation and life and living are you choosing? And everything that is, can we please destroy and create it?
Right and wrong, good and bad, good and vocal natures, boys, poets, and beyonds.
Please do not ask me to repeat it as a download.
And I would say one more thing here. How much more you are choosing comparing to the people who surrounds you, and how much are you trying to put yourself down and back to go back to the same level of normality, like mediocrity, and this, to be just like them.
Yes, and
Yeah.
how are you aware of all those people that have those points of views? They see you traveling, creating, doing all this and blah, 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 and going like, how the fuck does she do it? I'm just like, that's a lie. It must be a lie. She must be lying. It's not true.
Yeah.
Have it, please, times a gazillion.
Yes.
Like when we are sharing something on social media, for example, with about our choices, about our relationship, now we have like a rule. For example, I post something and I say, Andrea, I posted one thing, get ready. Because at the beginning we couldn't understand like what is happening, because after each post or series of stories, some crap came up. And we're like, oh, those are judgments. Okay, I'm ready to receive it. Okay, let's get ready during these next days that there will be some energy coming.
Yeah.
Don't take it personally, like don't argue to each other, like let it be. Okay. And it disappears in some time.
Yeah.
So what are you aware of?
And that's another thing where we catch each other like going in a funk, and then we, thank God, have each other going like, hey, do you remember that post yesterday? How much judgment did that create? Can we actually start receiving the money now instead of receiving the shit?
Yeah, because sometimes I really buy into it. Like yesterday I did post or something, and next day I lay down.
And I'm the same. I'm the same.
I'm like, okay, what can we all change here? And is it time to receive the judgments for the choices that we are making and get more money for that?
Yes.
Everything that doesn't allow that.
Right, wrong, good, bad, proportionations, was perverts, ambience.
Yeah.
Beyonds.
Yeah,
Beyonds.
Beyonds. And Natalia has an advice for you, Naila. Come back home from holidays on private jet.
And post videos like crazy on Wi-Fi from the private jet.
Now I question what I can create beyond this country, even beyond Russia, and what else I really can create. And what's more really important for me, Andrea, you told about distraction. So sometimes we choose something to distract ourselves from our life. Do I understand right?
Totally. All the distractor implants are all put in place by us, clever little things, to do just that. Distract us all the time.
But still, we are the one who choose it.
Yes. When we choose love, hate,
regret, guilt, and
shame,
all of them.
yeah, all of the distractor implants, whenever we choose any of those, we're actually distracting ourselves from creating our life. So when we go into distractor implants, one question that could be okay to ask is, what future am I creating with this distractor implant that I am choosing?
Or what future am I avoiding with the distractor implants that I'm choosing?
Yes.
And everything that is.
That's even better. Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, financial, space, words, and beyond. You're so fucking brilliant, my love.
You too.
Oh, thank you. Oh.
How does it sound?
Yeah, and also I wanted to look for some energy. Last year, I every time ask my question, how I can create from relaxation. And what is relaxation also for me? And when I am on some sunny country, on some vacation, I'm really do not have my brain, my head is empty. And maybe I also come back to this like disappointing energy. So to create shit, to start to create. And what are this like two different also energy, how to create every time from relaxation and do not create like shit.
What is relaxation for you?
It's a really good question, because I thought it's like when my mind is empty, but in this space I can create.
Aren't you? Can't you? Truth.
How uncomfortable for you to have empty mind, and how aware you are.
And do you need a mind to create, or are you creating especially without the mind?
And
yes, I really felt a lot with my mind. Yeah. And so how to create with empty mind?
you know how to do it. You create music and you sing. Do you have mind there?
No, yeah.
Yeah, I had a lesson with you. It was just amazing. Like you showed me so much how I go into the mind instead of being what I'm singing. Oh, she's without mind now.
She's without mind. We done it. Fuck. We fried her. Shit. She'll want her money back. Wait, it's a free call.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But we can send her money.
Okay. I will release on this part. Thank you, my friends. Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Yes.
What's about you? What's about fear of rejection for you? How do you live with this? For example, if you choose a class and nobody came, nobody choose you, I every time feel like rejection, that people do not choose me. How you live with this energy?
So, first question, what is fear?
Okay, it's distracting plans.
Yes. And what is rejection?
I'm curious.
Me too. I know what rejection is.
Yeah, it's just like submit that really you do not need to people, you do not need to world. Like,
Yeah, what if rejection could also be the waiting for approval, which will never come?
Or even
Can
if
you-
it come, you cannot
Yeah.
receive it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like in my experience, I created a lot of events for myself, for clients. Like I created a lot of stuff, and during this whole experience, it was just 2 times when nobody came, like before access classes, even before. 2 times when nobody came. First time it was my first yoga class. Nobody chose it. What did I do? I put it on my phone and created first video for my YouTube channel. Now it's like 36,000 people there on my YouTube channel. Did I know? No, I just made the choice, which created for future. Another time it was a concert and we still had the concert, so it was just a team and a musician. Well, what did it create? I don't know. We were not going into linear there. And now with access classes, I started as a host, as a translator for different facilitators. And I saw like big facilitators made different choices when nobody signed up for their class. For example, one class was in Germany with a facilitator. The whole team come for the class, paid their own money to be there, and nobody signed. And facilitator says, we do it anyway because we create for future. It was amazing. It expanded me like, I'm like, wow, you could really do this. And what it actually created on energetical level for the whole team. And of course, she put it, the recording of the class. We don't know how many bought it, but still there is possibility and there is choice. Sometimes you just move the class to another date, and maybe the creation itself requires different time and different space. We just talk to the creation at this point.
Yes.
So it's not linear again. And what if we will go out of this? I know that here and now, like, is a true consciousness. Yeah, if you're here and now, but true consciousness includes everything, including past and future. What if every choice of ours affects not only future, but also our past? You know, you can rewrite your past. What if from this point you can go to all the events that didn't happen and send some energy and pull some energy? And what if you can go to all the events in future that will happen and pull some energy from there and spread them all around? and not being linear. Everything that doesn't allow this, let's destroy and uncreate, please.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, pop, all natural space, poets and beyond. And I had a conversation with Mr. Gary Douglas once, actually. He told me never to speak about this, so we'll be very brief with this, about the linearity of time and the truth in that. And he basically asked me a question, to which I said, for me, past, present, and future are all one. We are the ones that separate them with our mind. Mind.
Yeah, and how much we go into our mind when we see like the list of participants and there is like 0 signed, and how many presumptive realities at this point we have about ourselves, about our creation, how much we judge ourselves in our creation. What's right about this that I'm not getting now?
And what's funny about this that I'm not laughing at, the most irritating question in the world that actually creates so fucking much when you're actually willing to receive it and say it.
Yeah. And I know sometimes it's really like hard to ask yourself a question. Find someone. Guys, I have this situation with this creation, with this class. Ask me a question. What is actually happening? And it's also an invitation to create from different space with your team if you're not creating it alone. Yeah, because we're all together in this space. Like now we're creating these classes in Russia. We have an amazing team, Naila also there. And it's so much fun and the energy is like, brrr, and still there is a space for vulnerability if it's required. Yeah, if someone perceives that something weird is happening in his life regarding to this creation, we're totally open to listen and to ask questions to each other.
Yes.
And Natalia has a question.
Yes, I just want to say one more thing, is that wherever we go into the doing rather than the being when actually creating, can we please destroy and create it all?
Yay.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, natural space, poets and beyond. Ramona here is part of my team as well, and she's seen me how I've been choosing my life the last 6 months, even crazier than before. And I will change a class, I will move it forward, backwards, cancel it, or have it in spite of this.
Change the name of the class.
Change the name of the class. I had a class in Dubai. The night before, literally the night before, I changed that class name to 3 other names. So the class had 3 names, 3 different graphics, and that actually created, because by doing that, I actually got the first photographer, yay, to the Undefining Beauty class. How amazing is that? You know, and that class created a lot. And it's really the thing of the linearity of time, space, our ideas, thoughts, and anything. There's no linearity. This reality, I'm realizing more and more and more every day, is totally non-linear.
And the more unlinearity you bring into your creations in your life, the more magic appears.
Yeah.
How much chaos can you add to your creations, to your relationship, to your money, which will actually actualize magic that you're asking for? Everything that doesn't allow this, let's destroy and uncreate, please.
Right and wrong, good and bad, poet, all natural, poets and beyonds.
Magic. Naila, how does it sound for you? How are you now?
Yay!
Okay. Natalia has a question.
Yay!
Можно я на русском спрошу?
Да.
Вы так много путешествуете, и я, можно сказать, восторгаюсь этим и даже честно завидую. Я тоже хочу больше путешествовать.
Because you travel so much, and I'm like envy at some point, jealous about this, and I would love to have more travel.
И у меня вопрос по поводу создания ваших путешествий. Чувствуете ли вы, что вас планета и люди приглашают, или вы как-то по-другому выбираете, создаете эти приключения?
Yes.
Как будто это пресс-конференция у нас. So the question is, the question is, like, you travel so much, and how do you choose your travels? How do you create your travels? Is it like planet calling you, or how do you choose the place and everything? Let him talk.
Okay.
We should put the light.
Yeah. Okay. So. Where should I start? Should I start from Dubai or should I start from Bali? Okay, so Jesus, just push and turn. Yeah, there you go. Yes. So in God, I don't know where to start. I mean, we've been together not that long, but it really feels like we've been together several lifetimes, which we have.
And we choose new country every month.
Yeah, and it's really very often it's last minute. So for me, it started this journey of what I call jumping off the cliff of the comfort zone into the space, the uncomfortable space of possibilities. That's basically what I've been doing since I met Yulya. And actually, since just before this whole thing actually started becoming clear to me what it was, because it came as a surprise as well. So I had chosen to go to Dubai for a few classes, photo shoots and whatever, and nobody signed up to any of it, none of it. And I called my team lead one evening and I told her this, and she said, okay, can I ask you a question? I said, yes. She said, okay, so why have you chosen Dubai? So what brings you to Dubai? And don't go in your head. And I was like, yeah, because I want to bring Undefined Beauty to the Middle East, and blah, blah. She said, don't go in your head. Just the first question that goes there. I said, okay, ask me again. And the first answer that I got was for my body. And the next morning, I receive an email or a contact from a person that I never met in my life. And she says, hey, I would love to come to Dubai. I can afford my flight, but I cannot afford accommodation and I cannot afford the classes. I would love to attend in person. But what I'm here to offer you a deal. And I said, okay, so what would the deal be in this case? And she said, well, I do massage, so I offer you massage whenever you want. I offer you bars whenever you want. I offer you body processes whenever you want. And when she said that, all things about the body, I remember the conversation the night before with my team lead. I was like, fuck me sideways. Ask and you shall receive fucking works. So I choose to go to Dubai for my body. What came after that was I had to tell Yulya this. And I have to say something that goes before that. Yulya and I met already in Turkey a year ago, more or less, right? Yeah, about a year ago. And I saw Yulya and I went into like, okay, yes, she's wonderful, but I'm married, I'm happily married. And I didn't know that she was married at that point, but I was just like, rejected all that. Okay, fine, that's it. But when I told Yulya this story that I just told you about choosing Dubai for my body, she tells me, she sounds very cold at first. And I was like, are you okay? What's up? She says, no, I just wish that I was that girl coming to Dubai with you. I was like, what did you say? She said, yeah, you heard. No, hold on a second. Did I actually hear right? And she said, yeah, you heard right. And I was like, fuck, what the fuck? And I was like, eventually, I'm going to try and make it short. Mm. And I love this story. And anyhow, we kind of got together from that moment. We both got aware that our bodies desired each other, and there was something way more than the body there as well. And we both were super curious of what this would be, basically.
And I was in Bali.
And she was in Bali. So at this point, I went to Dubai. I created just enough money after my divorce to, when I go back to Italy, to go to the castle for New Year's Eve. And here we're going to presumptive realities, because I had been invited to take pictures of Heather Nichols that was having a 3-day body class. Again, the body. My body's been talking to me very loudly. So I go to the castle with the presumptive reality of, oh, cool, I do pictures of Heather, there's other people in class, most probably I'll get some shoots done there, so then I'll be able to create the money to go to Bali. Did that happen? No. I didn't get a single person paying for my shoots. Did I panic? Actually, I didn't. Because I managed to create enough money to pay for my flight to Bali, to pay for accommodation in Bali.
From different
source, completely different source. Completely different, non-linear.
So you mean first was the choice?
Yes.
Oh,
I know, right?
Wow.
I know. Isn't that amazing? You choose and then the universe goes like, ba-ba!
In different ways.
And then you have to receive it.
Right. What does it mean? I wish I would know, yeah.
I wish I knew. Yeah. So this money, there was way more than I thought. just showed up, basically. And magic happened. And I had already chosen to go to Dubai. I would go to Dubai no matter what. I was not, I mean,
To Dubai, to Bali.
to Bali, sorry, to Bali. And Yulya can tell you that I was not depressed because I didn't make money at the castle. Quite the opposite. I was very joyful about going to Bali. I had made my choice.
So basically, making it short, how does Andrea choose travels? He goes where Yulya is.
Basically, yes.
So he choose. He just choose.
So it was a body call.
Body
Body
call.
calling.
Yeah,
Body call.
basically a bucket call.
And now you are creating together with your bodies. And how are you choosing traveling now?
The thing is that I would rather travel with Yulya because for me it creates greater because it's something else. And when we're together, we give each other space as well. Because Yulya requires space, I don't, but she does. She requires a lot of space, and I get that, and it's fine because I have time to do my own shit and whatever. And sometimes it's really shit. That's okay.
I have things to do.
I have things to do. But anyway, I create nonstop. And but I mean, for instance, on the flight, and I know it's just a flight, but flying back from Mexico, Yulya chose for her body to travel with Turkish Airlines business class via Istanbul, and I had bought a ticket for coming back via London to Rome. So, but that choice was made for Yulya's body, and I was super happy for that, and it created, more space for her. It created a lot of interesting things for me, which one of them was actually how much magic I'm putting myself to the test, every day, basically, of the fact that I am a wizard of magnitude. So every day I have to have something where I prove myself that I create incredible magic. Okay, and I will do it. And every time I will go a few minutes into the shit, and then I will go, hold on, there's some magic around the corner here. What can I create there? And then I start having fun and start playing like I did today on the phone and manipulating this reality to my advantage and seeing how things just like unravel. And when you make an ask for the universe, you ask for this future. And you can't just sit back with your arms crossed and like, oh, this future is going to happen. No, you are still, we are going to make a class about this. It's about being the superstar, the film director, the producer, the editor, the financer, and everything of a massive movie. This movie is called Your Life, and you're every single one of those roles. So basically, you create all these things. The universe will deliver, but you have to be the producer. You have to be the director. And when things are in place, you have to be the editor. An editor actually means removing those parts you don't want from your life anymore and adding the ones that you want and making those ones that you want actually even better. More, you like drama? Fine, amp it up, put more drama in there and enjoy it. Don't judge it. Enjoy the fucking drama. When I'm in Mexico, I love the fucking telenovelas. My big dream has been for several years to be a telenovela star.
Oh my God,
but
how
on
much
the
of this
screen,
you created in Mexico?
but on the screen, because in Mexico, I created not just actually it was a telenovela.
It was totally.
Imagine Quentin Tarantino writing a Mexican telenovela. I created that on the flight from, Madrid to Mexico.
Yeah. So also I would add that, how is it creating together? I would say that it takes each of us choosing for ourselves.
Yes.
Yeah, because me choosing to go to Mexico to translate classes is my choice that I choose for myself. I would be happy, Andrea, to be there if he chooses it. If not,
And I realized again that I chose Mexico. Guess what?
for your
For
body.
my body. And I was going into the judgment at first that, fuck, I have to have urgent surgery done. So I'm losing all the possibilities of income, of shoots, of whatever. And then when I start asking the questions, okay, what's right about this? Well, and I got to this revelation at the end of the trip. It's like, well, it's quite obvious. My body actually desired to be operated by this specific doctor in this specific clinic in Mexico and nobody else. My body is such a snob and such a magic potent creator of magnitude.
And it's only his body.
It's only my body, nobody else's. So don't even try. Don't try asking your body. Don't try listening to your body, even when it's being intense. Hey, sweet body, why are you actually trying to create this? And Yulya and I were talking about this, and I start seeing how we made, with the new moons and everything, we made asks of ourselves and each other to actually let go of the things in our lives that we would like to get rid of, and invite the things that we actually would like to add to our lives. And I realized with this surgery, how much my body was actually asking for just this, just for the new moons, to have some change in there, remove some of that stuff that really required to be gone, that had been created with the past. It was not time anymore to keep it in there.
Yeah, and I would say, like, when you start to think going to some country or some city, first clear all the presumptive realities.
Yes.
Because it will never happen the way you think. Yeah, especially if like it's a new place, even if it's a place where you've been many times, you're changing. Yeah, as Nelia said, and as we say in foundation class, never go back. Always move forward. Move forward to your home, to the place you've been, but forward, not back, because the place is different. You are different. It will be totally different experience.
Yeah, true story. And the presented reality and the assumption that, you know, I have to travel with Yulya. Well, no. What happens if Yulya gets a class that she really wants to translate in Tokyo? Okay, and I'm there and I book my ticket because I want to follow Yulya and whatever. But the day before, I get this mega client offering me to direct a TV commercial in Dubai. Am I going to say no?
Yes.
Of course I am. 2 million euro? Yeah, I'll say no. Fuck that shit.
I want to be with Yulya.
I'm going to be with Yulya. No, of course I'll go for, you know, whatever is lighter for me.
Yeah, and what creates for future, not only for now.
What future am I trying to create? So if I'm being offered, let's say, this commercial job for a lot of money, and I stop myself and like, sure, I really would love, especially my body would love to go with you to Tokyo. What future am I actually trying to create here? And asking myself that question, what comes to me right away is like, well, I want to create a future where, you know, Yulya points at 10 diamonds. I'll say yes to every single one of them. I'll say, don't choose.
This will be diamonds.
Yes, I'll say, baby, don't choose it. Just take them all. You don't have to choose. Choose tomorrow which one you're going to have for 5 minutes and then change if you want. You know, that's the future I'm trying to create here. And not just with that. And I know that we talk a lot about money and access, and I got this question several times. Why do you talk so much about access? Okay,
About
let
money.
me about money.
About access.
About access and access? God, I'm fine. And I have this, we have this project actually that, you know, I created it with Amanda, my ex-wife, and then Yulya's involved as well now. We're trying to create exhibitions in Russia and blah, blah. And it's called Arts for Future. And that started from a conversation between Gary and Dane, where they said, imagine that just a handful of us in this class were the richest people in the world. What future can we create for this planet? Would we need to have global warming? Would we need to have all this shit? What could we do? And there's this project in Mexico of some biologists that use all the money that they get through donations, and I mean 100% of what they receive goes directly into not saving, but empowering the people in the rainforest to actually create greater and not sell their land to companies that go there and destroy the rainforest, including the mother trees. So a choice that I made, and I see so many people that said, oh, but this project has been going on now for almost 3 years. You know, you sold 2 prints. So how much money have we created? And I'm like, yeah, time is not linear. How much have I already created? How much already have we created with this project just by being there? And it's not the end. This is just the beginning. It's just the fucking beginning. And I'm not stopping. And I'm receiving all the judgments. And I'm saying, what else is possible? There's 5 gorgeous prints for sale still that are fucking amazing. And I'm trying to bring them to Russia. And I'm trying to make them travel. No, I will bring them to Russia. And if I can't bring them to Russia, I will bring them to Dubai or somewhere else. But they are fucking magnificent. I wish I could afford to have every single one of them. And if I had the money to buy those 5 prints myself right now, what future would I create? I would be able to buy hundreds of thousands of acres of rainforest in Mexico where I would not be the owner, but the people that live there would remain the owners in perpetuity with the help of these biologists so that this forest does not get destroyed. Quite the opposite. It starts growing again where it has been destroyed. That is why we talk about money.
So what future would you create if you would have unlimited access to money?
Yes. Ask yourself that question, what you actually desire.
And how much are you stopping yourself from creating what you know is possible to create with the lack of money that you are choosing?
Yes, and everything that is, please can we do destroy and right and wrong, good and bad, all natural space, birds and the eyes. Does that give you a few clues on choosing?
It was an answer to a question about how do you choose travels.
Yes, basically, yes.
I realized that when I buy one of these photos, I really want to buy a new house for this photo.
Oh yeah.
They're really creative. I feel the energy. Yes, and they're really beautiful. It's a masterpiece.
And I mean, wait until you see them in person, because I thought they were beautiful and it was still before the printing. And the printing process, that's why they're expensive as well, is because the printing process is expensive, because every print is a meeting between me and my printer that doesn't go through a machine. It's old style. It's a big projector with a negative that is this big, that is projected on photographic paper, chemical paper, not a printer, chemical paper, the old-fashioned way. So for every print, he shows me 3 strips. So it's parts of the pictures, of one picture. And I will go and say, this part, I want more highlight. Here, the shadows are a little bit too deep. Just lift them up a little bit in such meticulous detail. And he will write on these strips. And then he will give me an appointment 1 week later. 1 week later, I go back and there's 3 new strips that are hanging on the wall. And we go through this process until he gets it, what he thinks is perfect. And then I'll have 2 or 3 big prints, not the full size, but big prints of the whole thing. And I will look at it, then at that point, I will either go, this is what I want, or I'll go, this is close, and just this last touch here. And then he will produce the last one. This process can take between 3 to 8 times of meetings for each print. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of paper. It's a lot of chemicals that need to be recycled. And they're magnificent. They are, wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's a space for a question.
Yes.
From us to you.
I'm asking universe for money to buy this piece of art. I ask universe to show up me money. Yeah.
Yeah.
And not only money, but also people, possibilities, magic.
Exactly. Thank you for that, my love, because wherever you go, I need this to create that. That's linear. What if you started already now tapping into the energy of what I just told you of this print? Try and imagine the depth of this paper that is more than when you look at a screen, and just receive that energy of the project in general. Tap into that and say, what else is possible?
What would it take?
What would it take? That's it. Without going in the assumptive reality of, I have to buy this print in order to. No. How much haven't you already created now, in these few seconds, just with that question?
What else is possible?
What else is possible?
Do we have more questions, guys? How are you? Vasily says that's really amazing.
Yay, Vasily!
Wow. What a space.
What a space.
We have to listen to our calls.
I know, we should.
And if you create your own classes or calls, never listen to them.
Yeah, done. It's terrible. I was on the flight here, or was it on the flight here? Yeah, I think it was.
Some flight.
A couple of days ago, anyway. I found this call that Yulya and I did, and the title was actually Yulya's idea. And
It was my question.
It was her question. It was, how beautiful am I?
Am I beautiful?
Am I beautiful? Yes, am I beautiful? And that call is beautiful.
You listen to it?
Yeah, of course.
Oh.
Yeah. And I was like, oh my God. And I listened to it also, and I didn't realize that it was way before we got together, way before. And I could listen to it. It's such a gift because there's some perceive the energy. In other words, the perceive the energy of how much that was created and that was already been created before. Fucking incredible.
I was flirting with you all the time.
All
the way.
And I was like, the thing with me and Yulya is that she was flirting me all the time. And I was in, again, the presumptive reality of like, you know, first I was married and, you know, keep her away, basically. Then, I mean, when we met at the castle for the shoot, I was like, holy shit, what is going on here? And I was like, you know, pushing it away. And also in the thing of like, well, I would never be able to read that girl anyway. She's not even looking at me. And then she's flirting with me afterwards. And I was like, I was saying to myself, you're being totally delusional. You're imagining that she's flirting.
Talking about illusions.
Yeah, talking about illusions. I thought it was an illusion that she was flirting with me. I was being, you know, like a superior asshole, thinking that she was flirting with me because I thought that I can never be with that girl. She's not even looking at me. What the fuck are you talking about? So when she said that thing of like, I wish I was the girl coming with you to Dubai, I was like,
I was creating for future.
Yeah, totally. And I got that from re-listening to the call. Fucking amazing.
It's like a meme on the internet. How do you guys understand that girl likes you? We don't understand.
You don't. When I was a young lad, as they say in England, I went through the whole of high school being madly in love with this girl. Again, I never thought I could be anywhere close to her. I felt super, you know, special when I could actually have, you know, a coffee with her or whatever, invited to her house with other people, only to find out when we left high school, she sent me a perfumed letter, handwritten, sent to my holiday address, saying, it's such a shame we never got together. I adore you. I was like, for fuck's sake.
It's another class. It's a relationship class.
Yeah.
Talking about men getting some, you know, underlying messages. They don't.
We don't.
Only like this.
You know, men's English and women's English. Simple as that.
And our relationship class.
Another relationship class. We're doing that one.
We're doing that one. We're doing a swap in Rome, by the way, on Tuesday. So if you have still time to get to Rome, you're welcome. It will be money and relationship bar swap, and then we create more stuff in Istanbul.
We have a foundation in Rome as well.
Right, we have foundation in Rome, and we have foundation in Istanbul, and
yes, we have Undefining Beauty in Istanbul.
We have everything everywhere.
We have a lot of classes in Russia.
Yeah, in May.
In May. And probably in Russia, we're launching the new VIP photo sessions as well. Whatever you do, don't choose those either, because they're terrible.
They're terrible.
Yeah.
Don't choose it. So if there are no more questions for today,
then we're done, right?
Then we're done.
Yay.
Thank you guys for joining us. What will it create for now and for the future?
Indeed. Thank you. So question of the day, what is it, my love?
What future am I creating with the choice that I'm making?
Ha! That is fucking brilliant. Wow!
I took it from your head, from the graphic. I saw the graphic in your head. I'm like,
So that brings up and lets down, right, wrong, goodbye, purple, nations, boys, povs, and beyonds.
See you soon somewhere on this beautiful planet.
Bye-bye!
Bye. They say thank you.
Thank you. Spasiba.
Спасибо.